Hi guys, I hope everybody's staying safe and well. Moved inside today just because the weather's a little bit grotty outside, but hopefully when the weather kind of picks up again, we'll see if we can do a couple more sessions outside. So back in the room today, again I'm going to try and keep everything in this square mat, but the focus of today is going to be all about strength. Now strength is a very important component of fitness. And all strength needs to be is a management of our own bodies. It doesn't have to be about lifting really heavy weights or really heavy objects. If we're in control of our body and we can lift our own body weight and use our own body weight to generate force and power and strength, it's a really good benefit to have. So today we're going to do some body weight strength exercises using just our body to control our movement. Strength is really important in terms of developing our balance and our stability, but also it's our fundamental to help create speed, but also that power as well. This session, what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and stick on the rug or the mat just below or that sized area. But what you'll need is, if you've got anything that kind of slides easily, so I'm going to use a toilet roll, so 4 of these items. Also I'm going to use a pot. If I've got a pot, I've got a pot of pencils, pot of pens. Just make sure if you are using pens that the lids are all on them, just so we don't make any mess on the floor or the carpet. And then again 4 or 5 items, something that you can easily grasp in your hands. It might be shoes, it might be socks, it might be a cushion, it might be whatever you have to hand. Again, always get permission before you do use any of the equipment that I ask you to fetch, but that is all that you'll need for these tasks today. Oh, in fact, one last thing, a ruler. Yeah, so if you can get a ruler, 30cm ruler, it might be a 15cm ruler, it might be a metre stick if you've got one lying around. Again, anything just to measure a distance between certain things you're going to be pushing away. Right, so to start off with, all we're going to do, we're going to get warmed up. Now, the way we're going to warm up, we're going to do something called a pyramid. Yeah, so a pyramid exercise. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off by jogging on the spot. Yeah, so we're going to work from 5 all the way down to 1, and then 1 all the way up back to 5 again. Yeah, so each one, so we're going to do 2 pyramids in total, working his way all the way up, all the way back down. Now each one is all going to be, I'm going to assign an exercise to a number. So the first runs is going to be 5 star jumps, 4 high knees, 3 squats, 2 burpees, and then 1 press up. Then we'll have 30 seconds of jogging just to regain our breath. And then what we'll do, we'll go back up in the reverse order. So 1 press up, 2 burpees, 3 squats, 4 high knees, and then 1 star jump. Yep? Right, so you ready? First one. Ready? So we're going to start 5 star jumps. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jogging on the spot again. Jogging on the spot. Ready? High knees. We do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and quick, nice and easy that one. Number 3, squats. So we're going to go nice and low. 1, 2, 3. Back on the move again, back on the move. 2, burpees. So we're going to go chest to the floor, push up, in, up. Yeah, and again, chest to the floor, up, in, up. 2 burpees done. Last one, press up. So whichever form that you do, whether you do it on your knees or your feet, make sure it's good, nice and solid. Ready, on the floor, down, hold it for a little bit, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then back up again, nice and easy. So, just on the bounce again. So should start to feel, getting a little bit out of breath, starting to wake his body up a little bit. Start moving, are you ready? Going to go 1 to 5. So, 1 press up, down, hold, back up, back onto your jog. Ready? Burpees, 2. Ready? Down, chest to floor, chest up, jump. Ready? Same again. Down, chest to floor, up, in, jump. Lovely. You ready? 3 squats. 1, 2, 3. Easy. And back on the move again, back on the move. 4 high knees, nice and quick. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy. And last one, 5-star jumps. Ready? Off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Solid. And have a little bit of a break. Quick drink. We'll move on to the second one. Right, part 2 of the warm-up. Yep, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more high intense. We're starting to wake our body up a little bit now. So again, we'll go 5 to 1 and then 1 to 5. So the first one's going to be 5 squat jumps. Second one, knee crossovers. We drive our knee across our bodies. Then it's going to be 3 lunges, 2 shoulder taps, and then it's going to be 1 inchworm. And again, we'll work his way back up in the second part. So if we get back on the bobble again, back on the bobble. Again, if you want to increase the intensity or keep that heart rate going, get that heart really going, get your knees a little bit higher during these little parts where we're rested, or an active rest or active recovery. Yeah? So are you ready? So 5 squat jumps. Ready? So low, big spring. 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy days. Then we're into knee crossovers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back on the jog. Into 3 lunges. Ready? So 1, step, push back. 2, 3. Don't worry if that's uneven because we're going back up. So we're doing 6 in total. Next one, shoulder taps. So on the floor, press up position, tap, tap. Happy days. We're going to stay in this position for the inchworm, so we're going to go all the way back in. Touch your toes, try and keep your legs straight if you can. And then all the way back out again. Stand back up, back on the jog. Ready? We're going to go from 1 all the way back up to 5 again. So, back on the floor, press up position. Inchworm, all the way in. Nice and top, stretches all the lower back off and your bottom back of your legs. All back down again. Into our shoulder taps. 1, 2, back up. Into our lunges. So start with right leg this time. 1, 2, 3. Back onto our jog. Ready, 4 knee crossovers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 5 squat jumps. We're ready. So down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Happy days. Have a quick rest. If you're not warm enough yet, stop, restart the video, do a couple more run throughs of each pyramid that we've done. If you want to stretch, stretch off your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your back, your arms. Completely up to you. Stop it. This is the time to stretch. Right, so here's going to be where the exercise is going to be explained. What we're going to do, we're going to do certain exercises that are all going to be about our body strength, keeping nice and controlled and keeping nice and stable as well. Making sure we're not going to be pushing or pulling anything too heavy. It's all going to be body weight using light items that we can fit in our hands. 90% of it is all going to be about our core and our body engaging as one, making sure we're nice and stable throughout the activity being completed. Activity 1. So this is going to be where we're going to be holding a front support position and we're going to transfer items from one side to the other. But it's going to be a little bit harder than it sounds because what we're going to be doing, we're going to be in a front support position and we're going to be relying on 3 of our limbs to be carrying all of our body weight and our load. It's going to be really, really tricky. Again, 4 is just some things that I've found around the house. If you've got more items, that'd be even better. So what we've got to do, we've got to stay nice and stable, nice and strong, and we have to grab one item and place it on the other side. You can have a little bit of a rest, but then you go for the next one. Now, as you'll find, as they start to get a bit further away, it's going to be more difficult. So we've got to rely on our other limbs and our other body parts to support us for longer. And again, all four on one side. Once you've completed that, we then take them back to the other side with the opposite hand. Again, you might find that you have one side that is stronger than the other. But a real good test of shoulder strength and stability, but your core as well, but also your legs. Yeah? So, once you've done that, do it a couple of times on each side, maybe 4 each side. By the end of the 4th time, you're really starting to ache. Really is a challenge. See if you can get 2 set up, and it might be mum, dad, sister, brother, whoever's in the house with you. You might challenge them to a little bit of a race, or it might be to see who can continuously move one object from side to side as many times as possible before one of you gives up and collapses on the floor because they're too tired and they're aching. Have a try, multiple times. We'll move on to the next activity. Right, so the second exercise. What you can see on the floor is I had my bucket of pens and little bits and bobs just in there, and I've just tipped it all over the floor. So I've got pencils, pens, I've even got some nail scissors, even a piece of string, a couple of bobbles there, not for my hair, but even some sticky notepads, etc. all on the floor. Now what's going to happen is a little bit of an advancement from the last exercise, but again we're in that front support position, and what we've got to do, using one hand then the opposite hand, we have to try and put all of the objects in the bucket before we fall. Yeah? Now once we've done that, we might reset it again, but all the pencils, bobbles, whatever it might be, things that are easier to use, and instead of placing the bucket just underneath me, I might place it a little bit further away. Yeah? So this is kind of an advancement on the advancement. Yeah? So again, see if you can do it. See if you can get all them objects back into that bucket, nice and easy, but also by controlling your body and keeping that strength, that core tight. So an example would be, I can now move, so I've got the nail clippers, move forward. Again, some children might have done this with me where we've done a bit of a bear crawl, but can you try and keep all of your back straight throughout the motion, keeping your core nice and strong. Be nice and strong to drop that item in and change any direction all the way. Now, to make it more difficult, you add more items, like I've got quite a lot of items here. You might start with something really simple. You might start with 5 objects, yeah? Another way you can make it a little bit harder, put the bucket further away. So you might use this one outdoors where one side of the garden you've got all, might be balls, tennis ball, bean bags, pens, could be anything. And what you've got to do is transfer it from one side to the other, maintaining that bear crawl shape, yeah? So remember, that bear crawl shape, we're not on our knees, we're slightly above, but we're staying nice and strong. So we can manoeuvre in any direction, keeping our core tight, keeping our back straight, not rising our bottom in the air, keeping it nice and straight and composed. Have a go at that one? See how you get on? Move on to the next exercise. Right, so for the next exercise, if you can, I'd have a little bit more of a slippery surface. So I'm going to use the wooden floor. You might have tiles in the kitchen. You might even have, well, objects that will be able to slide on carpet. Yep, so I'm going to do a quick change and then we're going to get on to the next activity. Right, so I've got rid of my rug. My rug's next door. Now, what I've done is I've placed the toilet bowls. Again, that can be cups, anything that's going to slide really easily. Just in a little bit of a diamond on the floor, a little bit of a square. Now I've also for this got my ruler for ready for after, and this is going to be all about your standing leg strength. Yeah. Now you will find that you have one leg stronger than the other, and this is how it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place my foot just inside the square, or both my feet inside the square. Now I'm going to do it left foot first. So we're going to test my right foot strength because my left foot's going to be working. Now what I've got to do, I've got to balance, stay balanced and push the toilet roll out as far as possible without my foot touching the floor. So again, all the way back. This one's a little bit more difficult, but how far can we get? Once we've done, if you touch the floor, I don't mind until you go straight back to the start and reset yourself before you push the next one out. If you do touch the floor as you're pushing forward, you've gone too far. So you make sure that you put the toilet roll where, or the item, where your last point was before you touched the floor. Yeah, so if I touch the floor there, but I kicked it out, we're not kicking the item out, we're pushing it. Yeah, so I'll bring that back. Now, what I've got to do then, I've got my ruler, and I'm just gonna measure the perimeter, the outside or the distance between all 4 toilet rolls. So, nice and quickly, here we go, 30 centimetres, 60 centimetres, 90 centimetres. This is just very, very roughly what we got. So that one is, let's say, bang on a metre. Yeah. Now if they were all a metre, the perimeter would be 4 metres. Yeah. Now what I want to see now is you repeating this 3 times. See if you can get even further distance, and can you make your perimeter even bigger when you're pushing your leg out. Now the stronger your leg, the lower you'll be able to go and the further you'll be able to push that item out. Yeah? Now I'm going to repeat it with my right foot. Right, so back with my opposite foot, yeah? So again, I'm going to go, right foot's pushing the item, not kicking the item. Again, I'm a little bit less stable on this leg, I'm not as strong on this leg. Oh, here's a tricky one. Push it as far as possible. There we go, that's my distance. Yeah, so again, all the way, measure how far you can push that item. Yeah, see if you can beat it, do it a couple of times. Make sure you've got a starting block all the time, or the same space. Now, if you're allowed to, I might put a cushion on the floor, stand and then go and push. It might be a marker, it might be a sticky pad or sticky note, anything where you make sure that that leg always stays in the centre, in the same place when you're measuring. Now, you will notice that one leg is stronger and has that strength that the other leg doesn't. Yeah, and that is because it could be due to many different things. It's just like your ability to write with your opposite hand in your arm. Your muscles are normally lined up and they've built up muscle memory and muscle mass to, I might walk a bit unevenly on one side to the other. And again, through repetition of that, your muscles become stronger in certain and different ways. One example is, if we've got any footballers out there, I'm left-footed, my strongest leg and most stable leg is my right leg. Now this is because when I'm going to strike a ball, I'm always stood on this. This is my stable leg, the one I get the most stability from. Yeah? Now the aim is to get both equal. So if I can get a perimeter of, let's say, 4 meters in my first one and then 4 meters in the second one, that means I'm pretty even and pretty stable and pretty strong and flexible on both sides. Yeah? If I've got 3.5 meters perimeter on one, but only 4 meters on the other, that's when it'll become, there's a bit of an imbalance. I need to work on my left leg to be a bit stronger. Or whichever, the reduced in perimeter, whichever that leg may be. Right, so put the soft surface back down. I'm ready for the next activity. So, what's going to happen is we're going to get into this position here, yeah? So just on all fours, you've got your knees on the floor, your hands on the floor, ready like so. Now, what we've got to do is the following. So to start off with, we're just going to extend every part of our body, yeah? Just individually. So we're going to start with left arm, right leg, left leg. I'm going to shuffle forward a little bit so I'm not touching any object. So again, right arm and then back round the other way. Left leg, right leg, yeah? Now this time, I'm going to do opposites, yeah? So I'm going to go left arm, right leg, keep it nice and strong, nice and stable. Bring it back in again. Opposites, all the way out, all the way back in. Same again. I'm going to repeat this 5 times. Yeah? So you've done your left arm and right arm. Try and keep it balanced. I know this can be quite difficult, this one. It's only going to get harder as well. Yeah? So 2 more each side. Try and make it nice and controlled so you are nice and strong. Imagine being a rock, you're not going to be pushed down or pushed over. Yeah? So the last one. Again, if you're feeling really strong, hold it out a little bit longer. Back in, and last one. And back in. Now here's the challenge. Again, test yourself with this one. You've got to try and stay both arms, on the same side for as long as possible. Same again on the opposite side. Now, as you noticed, I had one side that was more stable and stronger than the other. Yeah, so my left hand side here, I was able to keep that for longer. I was this side, yeah? So I'm tilting and I'm bouncing one way, yeah? So that means, again, that I'm strong on one side than the other. Again, repeat it, see how long, time yourself, see how long you can keep that exercise or that position up. Remember, one limb to start off with, then opposite limbs, then the trickiest one, limbs on the same side, yeah? Whether that's left hand side, make sure you extend all the way, or that's right hand side, extend all the way. Yeah, really, really tricky. The last one is going to be progress it by doing one at a time, but instead of our knees, we're going to go onto our toes. Bit more difficult, bit harder. Have a good rest in between them both, or between both types, or each exercise, because it's going to be really, really difficult, especially as we start to go into these, yeah, the opposites, and even more difficult. And I'd love to see somebody doing this, 2 together, both arms, or sorry, the same sides. Oh, not as strong on that right hand side. Have a good go, try and repeat at least with everyone 3 times. Good test for you, this one. Really all about strength, that stability, that control and balance as well. Right, so we're going to finish with 2 tests. Yeah, one that has been very familiar, and then one not so familiar, but both equally difficult. Yeah. So again, this is all down to you and your body, and how long you can hold these positions for. Remember, strength's not just about the force that we can apply on something and throw it as far as possible. A lot of the things that we do, if we can control our own body weight and our own strength in our own body, we're able to apply strength a lot better to other objects, whether that's throwing, kicking, or even hitting a ball with a bat or a club, etc. So, first one, you're gonna hit me, the plank, yeah? So again, this is how we get into the plank position. On our forearms, either side, we're gonna hold for as long as possible. Now, as I say, I don't want any sunken ships. If you start to sink or your hips start to touch the floor, you're out, you stop the clock. If it's too high, yeah, like a mountain, again, that doesn't count. You need to be nice and stable, nice and set. I want to see, I want to hear when we get back to schools, how long you can keep this position for. Yeah? Now, the other thing, if you want to change it a little bit, you can test yourself doing the front support. You should be able to do that a little bit longer. And if you really, really want a challenge, try it with one leg hovering in the air and then the opposite leg hovering in the air. So we're in that plank position, hold one side for as long as possible. Once you've done that, again, have a rest. Can you do the opposite side? Lovely little feats of strength, and see if you can repeat it a couple of days' time. Can you beat it? It's nice, something easy to aim for and beat your score. Right, this is going to be the last test of strength. So what we're going to do, instead of being on the front, we're going to be on our backs. Now, all I want you to do is hover with your legs out as far as possible. And we're going to see how long we can keep them legs up in the air. Now what's going to happen is you're going to shake, you're going to be tempted to put your feet down, keep your legs nice and straight. Now the harder it is, the more straight you are in terms of the leaning back of the legs and the chest. If you've got your legs up or start to bend them, that's where it's going to be a little bit easier. So I want everybody's legs as far as possible, even if it is starting to become the disc shape, as you see in gymnastics. Again, real tough one, hard one for the core, this one. Yeah, so nice and strong. Keep it for as long as you can, keep it nice and stable, nice and balanced. You can either have a go against whoever's at home. So get mum, dad, auntie, uncle, nan, granddad, cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, uncles. Get them having a go as well. Yeah, see if you can beat them. Holding it for as long as you can, keeping nice and long, just hovering above the floor with your feet at the far side. Right, that was the strength session done and dusted, yeah? Worked really, really hard there, worked all your body, from your legs to your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your front, your back, all them different areas there. Really, really challenging, but if you are nice and strong, you become stable, you become balanced. If you are strong and you are a platform that you can push off against and push into, helps you become stronger, quicker, more powerful as well. And you'll find that you'll notice that you'll be able to hold off people when we go back in, when we're allowed to, let's say, tackle in certain sports, or try to move away from opponents. You'll have that strength, that foundation, then building blocks to push against, because you can control your own strength within your body, and that allows you to apply that strength to other objects as well. So well done. Again, test yourself, do it a couple of times this session. Yeah, see if you can beat your last scores and your previous scores. See if you can track whether you're getting stronger or one side is getting a lot better, so you can become more equal and stronger on both sides of your body. Everyone take care and see you soon.